Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 12 on Glazebrook Farm with me, Brian Brew Royalty. Well, in episode 11, we were seeding our little field above between 80 and 71 that was formerly forestry. That's done now, and we were also doing a contract on field 85, which is done as well. That grain has been dropped off, and that contract has paid out, and we are almost at €100,000, which is 99,603. What I did then was I came down and I mowed field 22 and field 21 because we're going to continue to keep getting money. And now we're going to TED this so that we make hay, because hay price is up higher than what grass is worth. So you're going to be stuck with me while I'm doing grass work today. I apologize, but that's what's going on. If you don't like grass work, it's not your day. I really want to get this done. I see that we're almost at 100,000. It's like a milestone. It's like 100,000. From where we started, we didn't have much. We do have our equipment kind of set up right now for making ourselves money. And we'll continue to do contracts, of course, because that's how we make all our money. But we do have our own harvester. We do have our own trailers. We do have our own tractors. And the sheep are looking really well at the moment. They're reproducing, they're getting their water, they're getting their hay. And you know what? I'm missing a small bit there now. I'm hoping to fill that paddock up with sheep. It'll help towards my little animal trophy on FS19. I don't think I have any of them done. So we're going to get this turned into hay here now. And then we're going to get a windroad. And then we're going to get our loading wagon. And I think instead of just sending it straight away, we're just going to put it over in the farm. So we have the storage there now. And we're using the International because the Fent is above at the field where I left it. After we sowed the oats, I do have to get up there and put some fertilizer on that, which I will do because we want as much yield out of that field as we can. That is important. We're not playing with precision farming, so we don't have to test the ground, but we will be spending a little bit more on fertilizer than if you did have precision farming on. But I think we're doing just about enough with what we have. I think the equipment we have kind of suits the area we're in, and of course we will be looking at the situation about whether to buy the pig farm or not. It is a lot of money. It seems like a big investment, but and of course the equipment, as I said before, to have the right equipment, it's just going to be very expensive. But we're getting the grass done here. We'll see how much money we can make out of this. Do a few more contracts. I like to see the money going up. Hopefully everyone is enjoying the series. It wasn't a very popular map, but I think it is a good map. And I know that Steve's Mods has said that he will look at it for FS22. Maybe even add in a few new things if he can, which would be great. I hope everyone is having a great weekend. Thanks to everyone who liked and commented on the previous videos. Special shout out to Ryan. I know you're really enjoying the videos, Ryan. I hope you continue watching, following along. And we are going good here. Keep it moving. We haven't had any rain at all yet, so that's good. I'll get the hay done. Gotta keep away from my house stroke tent, but it's okay. It's luxury. This tether is making short work of this grass. Gotta make sure to get as much of the grass as you can, all of it preferably, because if you have less than 35% of hay in your loading wagon and you run over a piece of grass, it'll reset to 0. It has happened. Unfortunate, but it has happened. So I'm gonna try and make sure I get it all. And we're making short work of this field here. I also mowed down the sheep paddock because it was getting a bit high. Sheep don't like high grass, so we mowed it down. And of course I could go around with their loading wagon and pick that up, so it's feed for them. So that's good. The less money we spend, the better. The only money we want to be spending here is in Sam's Takeaway across the road. They're doing mean fish and chips. I like it. Just cut back around this way now, I think. Just to close off this section if I can. Save me coming back down. Of course I would miss a bit. Lift that up. Fly up this hill. Just get this last bit. It says it's going to be sunny today. It's very hazy so far. Of course it is early in the morning. We're getting a good start. Hopefully we'll be the first in with our hay and we'll get a better price than anyone else. Do have oats sown. We're thinking about that horse farm, maybe just to have 1 or 2 horses just to train them up. I do hear that when they're trained up and ready to go, they do sell for a pretty penny. Houses look really well there, really suit the little village. We have no issues with the sheep since we got them. It's a really good idea to go for the faster reproducing sheep. We won't be long getting more as more sheep arrive into the paddock. They'll get faster and faster at reproducing, I hope. Not sure if that's how it works, but I would hope it works that way. Actually, you don't be long turning this into hay once you start. Even though it's a fine size field. Of course, we have 100,000 now. You could look to maybe add to your fields if you wanted to. Try and keep everything going. The more fields, the more expense you have. Maybe the better equipment you need. But definitely, I haven't been fertilizing any of this. If I had to spend money on fertilizer every time, it would really impact our total up there. And I have no loans out, so the loans are all, any little loan I took was paid back, so well, that didn't take too long at all. I think I have it all. I'll lift that. We'll fly down here. Just putting our beacons through the road. Sam's takeaway. Appears we have a truck horn in this. All clear that way. All clear this way. Stay going until you hear the bang. All our equipment is strewn around the yard. I did say I would tidy it up. I just didn't get around to it yet. Got all that lovely wool there ready to go. Let's unfold this. Let's turn this into hay. Lower. And turn it on. There we go. Getting a little bit of lag there. Maybe it's just all the animals in the pen together, or I'm not sure. Of course, all the machinery is planked right down there as well. Tried not to go in too far when I was cutting it. But there is some grass there from the last time, maybe. We'll get it all. Such a good job, yep. Such a good job. Really like this tether. At the moment here in Ireland, all the harvesting of spring barley is done. Oats done. All the fields are in stubble. All that's left is the stalks. And not sure, some of the farmers put in a wintering crop here now. It reminds me of the oilseed radish, but it's not. It's like a kale. It looks like kale, and they just mulch it back in before they sow. It goes very green, and the little birds love it. It goes really green, and it must be full of nitrogen for the ground, and that's something new that they all do now. It's been very dry here for the last 6 weeks, so I suppose that's a good thing. Everyone's getting their harvest done. Some fields look like they have enough grass for another cut of silage. It's just turned September, so it wouldn't be unheard of. We don't know how long our winter is going to be. I do see farmers are milking away, building sheds. They'll have the cattle in for the winter. It's a big expense, I guess, but they have to keep the welfare of the animals paramount. Pretty soon all the animals will be gone in off the fields. There's still quite a few cattle around. That's my favourite time of the year, when the cattle go in out of the fields. Do a lot of walking to the dogs then. You don't have to worry about any livestock. It's something I've noticed with the cattle in recent years, that they've gone very flighty. Years ago you could walk into the field, and maybe if there were young heifers or young bullocks, they'd come over and be kind of following you around the field, maybe take a look at you, but that would be it. Now if there's any cattle at all in the field, they seem to just be terrified and run away from you, so you have to be extra careful that there's no cattle in any field, because as soon as they see you, they're gone running. I don't know whether it's just a trait that's been bred into them, or whether it's just that they're not getting as much handling as they used to. But years ago you could kind of skirt around them. There was no hassle. Cattle wouldn't really pay much heed to you. Now they think the world is ending if they see you, so just gotta stay out of there. Keep the farmers happy. Looks looks like we're going to get a really good yield off this field. Lots of hay here. Money, money, money. Breaking that 100,000. It's going to be really nice. Must check in with Farmer Dan. See how he's going over in America. I see some inclement weather this week. Hope everyone's okay over there. Such extreme weather in America that we just don't get here in Ireland. We usually get the tail end of the storms, but that's it. We certainly don't want it. Flat on here. Some of the pictures from New York are crazy. The rain that they got was unbelievable. Definitely wouldn't like anything like that here. What's the view from in cab like? Oh yeah. Cab is filthy. Should have cleaned that off. Lots of new maps coming onto the mod hub now. Brazilian maps. Some maps getting the updates that they've been holding out on. Maybe they're just getting them done so that they can transfer it across a little bit easier to FS22. You'll be hoping. And of course we're going to get new mods for FS22 to be all new things, new ways of doing stuff. Some of our favourite old mods will be gone. But that's okay. I still haven't been able to get my hands on a PlayStation 5. So, guess what? We're 2 months away. 2.5 months away. I certainly don't want to be paying the scalpers way over the odds. They're like twice the price. I can't understand how it's taken so long for Sony to try to catch up with production since their launch. The PlayStation 5 is out a long time now. It seems like even in places like Canada, America, Norway, the UK, they're just not available. I don't know whether that's helped sales of the Xbox, or if there is even a new Xbox out. I'm not sure, because I've only ever played on an Xbox once. I got a loan of one maybe 10 years ago to play a game on it, and it was good, but of course the buttons were completely alien to me. I hadn't a clue what I was doing, and I just said no thanks. It was for sale. I stuck with my PlayStation. I've always had a PlayStation 1, 2, 3, now 4. We'll be getting a PlayStation 5 if we can ever get our hands on them. I think I got all that there, yep. Just gonna follow around the loop now to make sure I get all the rest of this grass. We're making this field very smaller. That's the way we like it. Again, my apologies if you don't like watching the grass work. I enjoy doing it. It's a big part when you have animals. You have to have grass, except for the pigs. I'm sure CBW Farms doesn't have any grass for his pigs. Probably only the best to feed. Don't forget to check out his channel. There's some great YouTubers with FS19 content at the moment. And some New ones starting out as well. The Looney Farmer. Check him out. Posted a video there earlier doing tips on how to get your money up in game without using the farm subsidy sign. And of course Rabbit Rob and Farming Trucker. Check those guys out as well. For all your live streaming, map reviews, Yes a Farmer. All good guys there in his live streams. Any hints or tips or any questions you got, just gotta log on to YouTube, find Yes a Farmer, and you can always chat away, ask the questions that you want to ask. Hashtag OFF Farmers, that's our little group. This international is flying here, really working well. I thought with the lower horsepower and with the lower top speed it wouldn't really be as good as the Fendt, but it has been. I know it's a little bit slower, but it's good. And of course our windrower next, just to windrow the grass, but the Massey Ferguson can pull that, so this will definitely be able to pull it. It's quite the size of a field. It's been keeping us in the money, doing hay. Get out of here, birds. Of course, now with our own harvester on the contracts, we've been making extra money, and that has been really good, and that's why our money has gone up. Of course, it was the forestry that we did that allowed us to buy some machinery to keep going. That money did really serve well. Gets a little bit laggy down around the farm there, but of course I do have a lot of machinery set in the yard there. Maybe should move some of it up to where the campsite is up there, next field. But hopefully we won't be there for too long. We'll be able to buy a different farm here and move on to it. Even though the sheep farm is great, but we have our sheep set up well now. We have our water there, we have our food. They're going to continue to reproduce. That's what we want. And looks like we're going to have to do one or two final passes here just to get all this done. And perfect. So let's lift that, turn it off, fold it up. I'll leave it in here because the last time I left it in the field I couldn't find it. Can we lower this? Oh. Click. Aha. Oops. No insurance claim there, that's mine. Right. Let's go up here and windrow this other one up here first. Think that might be a good job. So if there's nothing coming. This is quite a long piece of equipment. Oops. Keep over your own side, especially on these back roads. Okay, cut in here. Close this gate. Unfold. Lower. Turn on some of these lights. Turn her on. Let's go. This will make it so much easier to pick up. Oh wow, the windscreen is filthy. Bit of dirt on the doors. There's some dirt coming on the inside. Really need to wash this. Get away from that tree. Away from that concrete truck. Zip in and zip out. Right up against the hedge here. Try and get everything. Definitely don't go too close to our tent. We'll have nowhere to sleep tonight. Just up against this wall. That grass there. Oh, I missed a bit. Better make sure we have lots of hay in our loading wagon before we go near that one. Have my lights on, but it's only because it's early in the morning. It's quite difficult to see some on parts of this map are very dark, just under the trees and things. Nice row of hay there. I'll stick it into the silo. I think we'll put a layer of fertilizer on this. We'll have to see what kind of price it is to buy directly from the shop. Fertilizer, it won't be cheap. If we could find some place to stick the CNS at Anna Marie silo, that would be fantastic. There's our doormat glittering in the sun, catching the lights of the tractor maybe. Let's just swing here. Ooh. Yes. Just got the next bit of it as well, but that's okay. It's all going into one loading wagon. I really enjoyed doing the grass work on this. It's been really good. Of course we have the machinery. Once you have the machinery, it's easy. Everything else seems to fall into place. If we were struggling along with one little tiny tractor like we had at the start, one tiny windrower, we'd never get it done. I do like those red and white cement trucks. They stand out a lot better than the other ones. Very busy traffic day today. Cars heading everywhere. Turn. Yes. And turn. Ooh, just missed that a little bit, but that's okay. We'll grab that with the loading. I certainly won't be leaving any here. No way. this little bit here. What I might do is I might just lift this here, park up here, switch up to the fence here with our seeder. Let's go bring our seeder back to the farm and hook the fence up to the loading wagon, because it'll be faster. Put on our beacon. There's quite a lot of weight here in this seeder, even though we do have a counterweight on the front, but it's steering the tractor down the road. Someone missed a bit there, wasn't me. Nothing coming? No. Stay going. Look at that fancy mobile home there, making fun of me in my tent, I guess. We'll bring this down to the sheep farm. Good seeder. It's a little bit narrow maybe for those bigger fields, but we don't have big fields on this. Don't want it kicking out, taking us into the neighbour's field. I don't think we'd have any equipment big enough to flick it back over. We certainly don't want to be losing the fertilizer and seeds out of it by resetting it, so guess we shouldn't be doing 53 heading down here to the farm, but look, be okay. Let's just turn in here. Back it way up over here. Just unhook it there. We'll hook up to this loading wagon. We'll get on and we'll see about gathering some hay. We'll use the fence because it's just quicker. I don't want to be putting too much hardship on our international. Has been pulling those heavy trailers of grain. I don't want to be getting the bills for fixing it. Nope, nothing coming. Nothing coming. Okay, we're clear. Actually, I was behind one of these Pottinger loading wagons the other day. It looked really well. It actually looked exactly the same. I was like, wow, look at that. Exactly the same as the game. If I had my side panel plugged in now, I could put on my double flashers, but I don't, so I just have to go with the indicator. Hopefully we'll be getting the side panel back up and running again in a month or two, once I get my setup sorted out. This here. Oh, it's really filling up fast. 6%, 7%, 8%, 10%. I really want to get to 30% with no glitches, 35% if we can, to make sure that if there's any grass mixed in with it, it'll pick it up without resetting it. Especially on this edge here where you might have just missed some bits. Got the fingers crossed. I don't think I missed any bits, maybe along here, but maybe over by the gateway. But hopefully it won't be full by the time we get over there. Such a good way of picking it up. Whoever invented these loading wagons was a genius. Something that they do use here a lot in Ireland now is the zero graze, which is like a loading wagon with a mower at the front, and it can cut your grass and pick it up at the same time. You just drive it in and feed it to your cows inside your shed. Have big flotation tires on them so that they don't compact the soil too much. And of course, you've no animal compaction and no damage to the ground from animals feeding on it, so it's getting more and more popular here. I don't know if it's popular in America, because I think they feed corn to their cattle, their cows. I could be wrong there, but all our cows here are all grass fed. No, 30,300 in the trailer. I'm gonna take this across to the farm, not to the sheep farm. Love the brakes on that. Engine braking nice. Let's hop in here. Still standing there, gossiping, I guess. There's a green team with those trailers and things. Just drive up here on the pad. I need to go mad. Dump off this 30,000 litres of hay. It's a tight squeeze down here, down the other side, but it is manageable. And there we go. And you know what? I think that's where I'll end this episode now, because we don't want to stay going at all the grass and drive you all mad watching me. But I will be collecting that hay and I will be moving on. And we'll just check on our sheep before you go. And just see 98% cleanliness, and we have 46 sheep, and the next sheep will be in 8 hours. 438 litres of wool. Now, I hope you enjoyed the episode, everyone. Don't forget to stick a like on it. Thanks again to all my subscribers for watching. I'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye.